Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a multiple store inventory management using AppSheet. This is the most common questions I received in my last inventory video. What if I have a multiple store location? How to track those items? So in this video, I'm going to show you a sample application that might be you can apply in your inventory management. So I will show you this app, which is I already created. And later on, I'm gonna show you how I created this. So as you notice, I have L1, I have L2, which is location number 2. Let me just scroll it. L2. And I have, like in this app, I have 6 locations. So as you notice, in location 1, I have the repeated items, which is the apple, orange, and the rest. And also in location number 2, this apple and orange is also available there. And 3, 4, and 5. So what will happen is whenever we click this inventory log, it opens the form and you will choose which location you would like to deduct the inventory. Let's say you want to deduct it to location number 6, and the action type will be add stocks. Item code, since there is only one items currently in the location number 6, it will only show you one option, which is apple. Let us see if it's only one in location number 6. There is only one item, which is the apple. So if you choose location 1, then item code, you will see there are a lot of options. And as you notice, it's L1 means it's location 1. And then the item is the apple, and then this is the item ID, which is 1001. So let's try to put some stacks. So let's say I'm gonna choose location 1. So I'm gonna, let's say, apple, and then how many quantity we're gonna put. So currently it has 0 in the inventory. If I put negative, it's showing me invalid entry because we're adding stacks. Since we're adding stacks, we're gonna use the positive value. So let's say I'm gonna add here 50, and then once I save, when I go to the inventory and go to my location 1, this in this item, specific items, I have 50. If I'm gonna add the same item, let's say I'm gonna add item in the location 1 also, I'm gonna choose the apple. Let's say I'm gonna add 10. So the apple should become 60 in the location 1. Same goes, you can add another location with the same item. Let's say now this time is location 2. It will only show me all the items in location 2. So currently in location 2, it has 0. So I'm going to add, let's say, 22. Okay, so once I go back to the location 2, it shows there are 22 apples should be, which is correct. What if I got mistake and oops, it's not 22, it's only 20. So I have to go to the add stacks, and then location 2 is here. I'm gonna just edit this and change it. It's not 22, instead it's 20 only. Then once I go back to the location, I'm into the stocks inventory, location 2, apple should be updated to 20, as you can see here. And also it has visual for the items, which is the source of the items. And I have the view here for add stacks, and I have the view for the minus stacks. All right, let me show you how to do this application. First, let's make our database. So in the database, the first table that we need to upload is the items. So items, I already created this. So it has an item ID, which is the row key, item name, and then the photo is an optional. So let's upload first these items. Then next we're gonna upload is the stocks inventory, which is the item code. It has a location, the item name, the item ID, and the photo. Inventory log, the use of this is where we're gonna start our inventory. So here we have the inventory ID, the location, the item code, the action type, which is add or minus, the date and time, the quantity, how many or how much we need to add or how much we need to reduce, and remarks in case you want to put like a reference. So let's upload this items, stocks inventory, and inventory log in AppSheet. Let's create the app first. So let's create a new app. Okay, I'm going to create a new app. Start with existing data. This. So this is multiple item inventory version 2, for example. Education and training, and I'm gonna choose the data. I'm gonna choose the I'm gonna choose the sample apps. Then I have here the inventory multiple store. What happened? It doesn't. Okay. Okay. So we we need to add all of this table very quick. Those three table we can upload it. Then this also. Then let's review first the items. So in items, I allow updates, adds, and deletes, which is okay. View columns, and let me see. So the item ID, I'm gonna keep the item ID as a row key. I'm gonna keep it as a text. Then item name will be the same and photo, and I'm gonna label the item ID and the photo. All right. Then next is we're gonna review the stocks inventory or inventory log first. Let's review. So here is inventory ID will be the key column, and we're gonna apply here an auto compute, which is unique ID. It's already there, and we don't want them to edit it, so you can just go here and put this expression is blank. So if it's blank, they can edit this. Since this is the key column, I don't want them to edit this. Location will be coming from, we're gonna keep it as text and required. But in this time, I'm gonna use a data validation dropdown. So I'm gonna just go here to location, then data validity. So I'm gonna choose this tax inventory, and the column is location. Be okay. Then here, item code will be a reference type, and then the reference source table will be the stocks inventory, and this is required as well. Action type, I'm gonna keep it as enum, and the values, I'm gonna just put here add stock, then minus stock. So I'm gonna keep it is buttons. Then date and time, I'm gonna keep it is date and time also. And then let me see, there's an autocomplete here. No. So I'm gonna just use this up formula. I'm gonna keep it as now. Okay. Then quantity, it's gonna be number, and remarks should be text. So this is all requires. Okay. Then what we're gonna do in the inventory log is we already created the reference, which is the item code. Then let's go to the stocks inventory. Or let's add first the virtual column here in the inventory log. So I'm gonna put here a virtual column which is available, or I'll name it as current available. I'm gonna use an expression lookup. So I'm gonna look up this row, that item code. I'm gonna look up in stocks inventory, and then the key column in stocks inventory is item code, and lookup value, I mean the lookup return is available stocks. Okay, copy this like that. Then once you're done for that, you go to the stocks inventory. Let's review and add first a virtual column. So here in the virtual column, I'm gonna name this in the stocks inventory as available stocks. So in available stocks, I'm gonna use sum, select. So I'm gonna select the inventory log, and then I'm gonna select the quantity. This row, that item code is equals to item code. And it should be okay. So this is a number type. Okay. And then next is the item code in the stocks inventory. We need to keep it as a row key and also label it. So we're gonna label, and then the location is we're gonna keep it as enum. I'm gonna add first a location here. Let's say I'm going to add 3 location, so I'm gonna keep it here. L1, L2, okay. Then in the item code, since this is our key column, we're going to put an expression here. Instead of in auto compute, we're going to keep it in initial value since this is our key column. So we're going to put here concatenate. So we're going to combine the text column, the location, then we're going to put a dash here. It's up to you guys. You can then an item name dash, then the item code. So this will be our unique column, item ID. Okay, so this will be our unique and key column. And then item ID, what we're gonna do is we need to, when the user in the item ID here, when the user deselect the location, right? I'm sorry, here in stock inventory, when they add, when they select, it should show like this, like the item code, then there is a photo. So what I want is we do like that. So item ID, we keep it as reference type, then the source will be the items. All right, and it's required, all required. Then here the item name, once the user select this, I want them to see the name of the product. So the name of the product is, I'm gonna put an app formula here using a lookup expression. So we're gonna look up item ID to, we're gonna just change this to items. So we are going to look up in item table. So the return value will be item name. So in the stocks inventory table, we're gonna look up this row that item ID in the items table, which is the row key is item ID and the result will be item name. And photo will be the same. Let me just copy this and just change this to see is in items is photo. Gonna just change this to be okay. Then save. Once let's save first. We have an error. The available stocks error. Select inventory log quantity. This row that item code is equals the number of open parentheses is not matching. So there is a problem here. Okay, so this is the stocks inventory. In the stocks inventory, this is the available stocks expression. Okay, then let's create our view. View will be created. So items here, I'm gonna keep it at the last one. Then I'm gonna keep it as a deck view, and main image will be photo. Then ID, which is good, and that's all. Yeah, all good. And then I'm gonna change the icon. Will be uh, maybe crates we have here. It's save. So we already created our first view, which is the items. Then on this side, I want to put how many is the inventory. So we're gonna just put here a summary column, which is not this one here. This is for the items. That's for the stocks inventory. Next, we're gonna do is stocks inventory. So I'm gonna create a new view and create new view. I'm gonna name this stocks inventory. Then the source data is stocks inventory. I'm gonna keep it in the deck view. And the first, then here I'm gonna just sort it by whatever. Let's say by item name. Okay, and then main image is photo. Primary header is item name. I want to see them the item name. Secondary will be item code, and then the summary will be the available stocks. Okay, and should be okay. So that's the second view that we created. Then the next one we need to create. So we have stocks inventory. I just need to change it, the display, to make it look nicer. Let's say anything here, inventory. Say this is the inventory. All right. Then second thing we need to add is another one is the items or the inventory log, which is this table. So inventory log, then inventory. I'm gonna keep it as a form view and keep it next. And then column order, so I wanted them to see the date and time, the top. Then next is location. I want them first to select the location. Then I want them to see the action type, add or minus. Then item code, then the quantity, then inventory ID. Actually, I want them to see, to show it to you. Then here we have the current available, and then we have the remarks. Finish view will be, keep it like that. Or, okay, it's all right, guys. The next is what we're gonna do is, since this is a form view here, stocks inventory, inventory log. So I'm gonna create, once we save, we need to create a view for this. So to do that, let's create a slice. So let's create a slice. I'm gonna create and name this slice. This is only for action type, which is add stocks. Then I'm gonna describe, and then let's choose the source table. The source table will be the inventory log. And then, so we're gonna show only if the column the action type is equals to add stack. Okay. Then we will allow only updates and delete. Then I'm gonna create a view for this. So this view is for add stacks. I'm gonna keep it in the menu. I'm gonna keep it in the menu. I will keep it as add. I'll keep it as a table view. Let's say I'm gonna groups it by or sort by. We need to choose the correct slice. Add stacks. Then I'm gonna group it by date or by location, guys. Since we want to group it by location, then here we gonna all other columns or no date and time, then item code, and then only I will see this quantity. And also I'm gonna just change it to crates, anything here. And also I forgot to rearrange. We need to arrange as well our inventory, stocks inventory. As you notice, our stocks inventory, since we wanted it to arrange it, there's still no item. So don't forget to sort it or group it by location. Okay. So we are done for the add. Then let's create another slice, which is, I'm gonna name this slice. Where is the other slice? Down here. All right, I'm gonna name this slice as minus tax. Then tax inventory, filter condition. So this case, we're gonna choose the action type. I think we did not item inventory, guys. Lug. So we're gonna choose the action type is equals to minus stock. So we don't want to allow ads on it. So we will only allow tick and delete. It's fine. Then let's create another view, which is, and choose the slice that you just created. Okay, so I'm gonna just minus stocks. So I'm gonna name it the same and keep it in the menu side and keep it as a table. And then we're gonna group it also by group it by location. Then column order, I'm gonna first thing you need to see is the location, then the date and time. There's no need for them to see the action type, the item code, and the quantity.